Hey guys, it's me Stephanie and I'm back again with another video today. This time is going to be for the Q&A. I had asked a couple of videos back if anyone wanted to ask me anything. I'd be willing to do a Q&A video. And I got 3 people to ask me some really good questions, so I have them all written up here and I'm going to do my best to answer them fully. So first questions are from Debbie Y, who is hooksandyarns.blogspot.com. She also has a YouTube channel. I can't think of what it's called, but I'm going to link everybody who asked a question. I'm going to link all their information in the description box below. Her first question is, how long have you been crocheting? I have been crocheting since my son was about 2, so for about 4 years. I am a self-taught crocheter. My sister tried to teach me a long time ago when I was in high school still, so like I want to say like 12 years ago, and I couldn't get it. I'm a visual learner, and so I'm surprised that I didn't get it, because she was showing me physically how to crochet, at least the single crochet, which is like the easiest stitch ever, and I wasn't getting it. I felt like I couldn't chain correctly, like it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to, so I just said forget it. But there are a couple of YouTube video channels that I watched. I believe Mikey's Mail was one of them, which is now the Crochet Crowd. I learned a lot from watching him. I believe he was like the main crochet channel that I watched to learn. And then, like I said in a couple of videos back, that I never started with beginner patterns. I've always done like intermediate, or I don't know if there's like a medium hard. I don't know, but I'm not like super hard, not advanced, but not like beginner. And so that's how I taught myself. And then if I didn't know what stitch was what, I would go on YouTube and search for it. So to answer your question, I have been crocheting for about 4 or 5 years now. She also wants to know, what is your favorite brand of yarn? I don't have like a favorite, but I find that I buy a lot of Lion brand. I like Vanna's Choice. I haven't tried like anything with sparkles or glitter or anything like that, but I do find that with single ply, it irritates my eyes, because I feel like the fuzzies get in my eyeballs, and I wear contacts, so that kind of becomes an issue for me. So I do not like single ply, although the shawl that I'm knitting with the Red Heart Boutique is 1 ply, and I love it. I still get fuzzies in my eyes, but I think I would make an exception for that yarn. Excuse me. So I started out using Red Heart Super Saver because it was super cheap, but it's so scratchy. So Red Heart I don't really use as much anymore, unless it's like Red Heart Softy, or Red Heart with Love is my favorite from Red Heart. And then Lion brand, I've used a couple of different ones. I believe Thick and Quick or Jiffy, I believe one of the thick yarns, and the Vanna's Choice are my 2 faves. And then Amy G, who is Ming Mao 1 on YouTube, and Ming Mao, I think just Ming Mao on Instagram. I will also link her YouTube channel and information below. She said, how did you start knitting and crocheting? So I'm going to answer the crocheting one first, because that's the one I learned how to do first. So my sister was pregnant with her 2nd child, and out of the blue, I thought, I want to crochet her a baby set for my nephew or niece to be. So I started watching YouTube videos, and I was like so amazed that, you know, you take a string and a hook and it turns into like this awesome blanket and beanie and booties and all that stuff. So originally it had started with my sister being pregnant and me wanting to make her something, because when I was in high school she was pregnant with her 1st child, and I had sewing class, so I sewed her first baby, my niece, a quilt. I made it for the class, but then I gave it to her because, you know, I don't need a brightly colored small quilt. So I gave it to her. So I made a blanket for all of my nieces and nephews. So I started out crocheting that way. Knitting just came after crocheting. I think I got bored with crochet. I love the way that knit beanies look, the cabling, the regular stockinette with the variegated yarns, non-variegated yarns. It just all looks so beautiful to me. So I was just itching for something new because I was getting bored with just crochet. So that's how I started knitting, which I want to say it was about 3 years ago now, 2-3 years ago. And I also learned how to knit from YouTube. One of the channels I watched was I Knits. Her name is Christine. I will link her YouTube channel below, but she takes some patterns from online. I believe all of them are free, and she does like tutorials for them. And just watching her tutorials, it was so super easy. She slows everything down so it's easy to learn, and I just love her channel. And then another channel that I watch is Very Pink Knits. I cannot think of her name. I believe it starts with an S, but she is also awesome. She is a knitting instructor, I believe. She's been knitting for I want to say 20 plus years, but don't quote me on that. She also breaks things down, but her videos are not, she has tutorials, but she also has how to do such and such stitch or such and such bind off or weave in your ends this way. So her tutorials, her videos are awesome. Very Pink Knits. Try her out. If you're wanting to learn how to knit, try those two. And then Miss Z, the lovely Miss Z, love you for asking me so many great questions. It was funny because when she first wrote her questions, she apologized for asking so many questions because she felt nosy. And I just want to say, don't apologize, because I am nosy also. I like to know everything I can about somebody, especially if I'm sitting there watching them talk to me every week. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your questions. I appreciate you, Amy and Debbie, also for wanting to get to know me better, and anyone who's watching this who's interested in knowing about me. Feel free to still ask me any questions after this video. I might not do another Q&A video, but if you ask me questions, I'll answer them in my next video. So excuse me, just feel free to ask me anything. It doesn't have to be craft related. You could ask me personal things, and obviously if I don't feel like answering, I won't answer, but 9 times out of 10 I'm pretty sure I will answer. So anyways, Miss Z, Zelda NRJ3 on YouTube, who I believe is Z Mail Lady on Instagram, who I will link her info below, has asked, how long have you been crocheting, knitting? So crocheting 5 years, knitting 3 years. What got you into this craft? So for crocheting was when my sister was pregnant. Like I said, I wanted to make her something for her baby shower, and then knitting was just because I got bored with crochet. And I think with all people that are crafty, you either really love one thing and don't want to venture out, or you want to venture out because you're just so creative you just cannot do just one thing. So that's that. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be obsessed with a lot of sewing things in the future, because I started out sewing, and then not very big things, but like pillows, and like I said, I had sewing class. I made a quilt and some pillows there. And then from sewing to crocheting to knitting, and then I think I'm going to go back to sewing because like I had mentioned in my goals video, I want to open an online store. And I'm interested in making project bags. So I obviously will need to brush up on my sewing skills and acquire another sewing machine, because I also mentioned in that same video that somebody broke into my vehicle and stole my very beloved sewing machine. So I hope they're happy with it. But I need to acquire another one so that I can start sewing. She also asked, ever been to Stitches West or a yarn event? The answer to that is no. I had made plans last year, the year before. I had made plans in 2014 to go to Stitches West because it is in Santa Clara. I don't know if it's in Santa Clara every year, but Santa Clara is only like 20 minutes from me. And I had planned to bring my aunt with me. My aunt, the one that gave me the booklet of her favorite crochet patterns that I just shared in the last video. I wanted to go so bad because the ticket prices are so affordable, and I had never been to a yarn store, and I had never been to a yarn market or a yarn event. I just wanted to check it out because I feel like part of me is missing out. I don't know if I'll be able to go this year because it's like literally 2 weeks away and I got bills to pay, so, and cars to fix. So that makes me sad, but I really want to go. Have you ever been to Stitches West, Z? Tell me, let me know. She also says, how many kids and how old are they? I have one child. I have one son who made a guest appearance in the 2 videos back in my very distracted video. He is 6. He looks like he's 8 because his father is Samoan and he is 6'3". So my son is half Samoan, half Italian, Portuguese, and he is a very tall boy. He comes up to about here on me, and I'm 5 foot. So he will be growing past me pretty soon, which is okay because he's just a fun little guy. He's 6. Our birthdays are 3 days apart, so he will be 7 and I will be an undisclosed age. Maybe I will share that with you in another video. And then her last question is, ever knitted socks? And the answer to that before my last video was no. I have never knit socks before. Now that I've started a pair toe up with the wrong pair of needles with some pretty awesome yarn, and I'm going to be ripping it out, I'm going to say that I am enjoying the process of knitting socks, but I am not enjoying the learning process. But I mean, you can't get better if you don't learn, so I guess, you know, you win some, you lose some. But those are all the questions that I was asked, so I hope I answered them as much as possible without going too much on a tangent, which I tend to do because I am scatterbrained. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you, like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask in the comment section below, or you can send me a personal message on Instagram or YouTube or Ravelry, wherever. I'm going to link where you can follow me below, as well as the people who asked the questions in this video. I'm going to link their information below. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Ask away, ask me any questions you have. I don't mind at all if you're nosy, because I'm nosy. And we're all here to get to know each other, right? So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed video number 2 for this week. And I will see you next time with lots more to show you, I hope. Have a good day. Bye.